We're just outside Moscow for the final round of the 250cc World Motocross Championship. The first time we've had a Russian Grand Prix since Heinz Kinnegadner's KTM was victorious in Kishinev in 1985. And Josh Coppins actually nudged the reigning world champion MIchael PICHON off pole position in the dying seconds of qualifying. So PICHON very rarely having to come to the gate in second place, but today he has to do just that. He is looking for a record-shattering 11 out of 12 victories in a World Championship competition. And also, of course, he's looking for consecutive 9 wins. 9 consecutive wins would be a new record for PICHON. Also, James Dobb, can he build on that third place in the penultimate round in the Czech Republic and get himself on top of the rostrum here in Russia? All these questions will be answered as we view the onboard camera of Frederick Bolle. Well, with Fred's recent form, I don't know where that camera should best be pointed, probably back to the pits. PICHON, Coppins, Dobb, Bolle, Beira. Who's it to be? The starting list. Coppins was fastest. PICHON, Dobb, Gunderson and Beira were the next quickest. As we watch them hurtle off the line, who's going to be the first man into the first turn? And it was Josh Coppins indeed. Coppins makes it first out of the blocks. Obviously out to make his mark here and perhaps leave the Honda squad, the Italian Honda squad, move to the British Honda squad on a high with a victory here at the final round of 2002. This is the view we have from the mid-pack start that Frederick Bolle has made. There he is, number 7, alongside James Dobb, and just behind Gordon Crockard. Almost the Yamaha meet in a KTM sandwich. Pit Beira just ahead of him. Inevitably, at the front is MIchael PICHON, but also Christophe Martin of France has made a good start as well. The second of those yellow Suzukis in the frame. And also there, the Chesterfield Yamaha of Kiko Chiodi, number 73. Magnificent terracing round this former quarry for the spectators to enjoy terrific vantage points here and watch the best 250 motocrossers in the world. This is Fred Bolle on board with his mud-splattered camera, trying to find his way past Christophe Martin of France. Coppins leads then. Martin is actually second. Chiodi, Van Drunen, the Dutch veteran, Frederick Bolle, Kenneth Gunderson, all in the pursuing pack here. The man at the front, Josh Coppins, already with such an advantage that our caption makers had missed him. And he's looking really smooth at the front and on his game, on top of his game. That's MIchael PICHON in pursuit, not Christophe Martin. MIchael PICHON is the man who is gradually beginning to close down. And look at this evil whoop section here, testing the supercross skills of these outdoor motocross stars. Martin is still there in third place, ahead of Fred Bolle. But the battle is being joined at the front between the two fastest 250 Grand Prix motocrossers around right now, certainly in 2002. Josh Coppins attempting to hold off MIchael PICHON. PICHON is looking for his 11th record-breaking win, his 9th consecutive Grand Prix win in 2002. Martin, Chiodi, Gunderson, Bolle demoted now to 6th place, just ahead of Marcel Van Drunen, Pit Beira and Jamie Dobb. That's the sort of half-crazed view we're getting from the camera on top of the head of number 7, Frederick Bolle. Terrific pace round that left-hander, feet pinned to the pegs. Kiko Chiodi glances over his left shoulder in mid-air, checks out that it's Pit Beira who's threatening. At the front, it's MIchael PICHON who's threatening to grab the lead from Josh Coppins. How aggressive is the Kiwi feeling? Sylvain Gabor standing up there watching from the hilltop. A fine vantage point to see how well his number 1 is racing. PICHON cuts to the right, dives underneath. Josh Coppins can't quite make it stick. Coppins has the faster line. And once again, we see two class riders trying to find the swiftest route round the circuit and the swiftest route to stay in front of one another. Coppins blocking. And we know just how good tactically number 1 MIchael PICHON is. looking for the different lines to find a way through. Look at the way he just vaults over the first 4 whoops into that whoop section, then cuts to the right and blocks the front wheel of the Kiwi, as we have seen him do so often this year. Frederick Bolle is behind Kenneth Gunderson. Gunderson would dearly like to find himself back on a rostrum. It seems to have been a long time, certainly since his race win in round 3 at Torkenschal in Germany at the European Grand Prix. Here he is though in 3rd place. Meanwhile at the front, MIchael PICHON. Can he take off at the front this time? Can Josh Coppins hold on and retaliate? Frederick Bolle keeps looking motivated in the first half of the race, loses all motivation in the second half. Can he keep it together for 35 minutes plus 2 laps this time? This is the battle for 3rd place. Over the double step down, followed by the double jump into the downhill right-hander. And this is what the whoops look like if you're on Fred Bolle's Yamaha. Hopefully his goggles are a bit clearer than that camera lens. And the sign from Carlo Rinaldi is keep that throttle pinned. James Dobbs trying to do just that. He's ahead of Christophe Martin. Gunderson still 3rd for Motorex Kawasaki. Fred Bolle dropping back a little now in 4th place. Could this be the last time we'll see the great Frenchman in a motocross Grand Prix? Rumours have him going off road racing in 2003. James Dobb attacking Pit Byra. Bolle just ahead of them. And Coppins just 2 seconds behind Pichon after 6 laps. Vevelainen 7th, Martin 8th, Chiodi in 9th place. Kurt Nickel keeping an anxious eye on things, and good job, says the board, being put out hopefully to this man Josh Coppins, who's not allowing MIchael PICHON to get away from him. And James Dobb certainly not allowing Fred Bolle to get away from him, because he's attacking the Yamaha. Oh, the Yamaha's just conceded that bend and let Dobber through. Well, remarkable. Not just Dobb, but Pit Byra as well. And I think it really is goodbye to Frederick Bolle. It's been a terrific career, but it looks as if it's all over. Fred Bolle almost going into cruise mode here in Russia in his final appearance. Is it his final appearance? It may well be in a motocross Grand Prix. Pit Byra, however, he has a few scores to settle. One of them maybe with Jamie Dobb just ahead of him. And meantime, Josh Coppins has a score to settle with MIchael PICHON. And he's recaptured the ground he lost, regained that 2-second deficit, and he's passed PICHON. So suddenly, PICHON has a battle on his hands. Josh Coppins has got him. Joshua Coppins, his full splendid name granted him by our caption writer. Coppins leads, PICHON 2nd. We have a race on our hands here in Russia. Coppins fastest in practice. Oh, look at the style of the man. He's really enjoying himself. Huge airtime by the Honda. It gives PICHON time to get back underneath him. Here they are. Oh, and Coppins finds PICHON cutting right back underneath him and just took away his front wheel. Well, they say that MIchael PICHON rides as if the track belongs to him. And that could have been an example of it right there in front of the camera, and an awkward point to get taken down. Coppins struggling to get drive. He looked to have the racing line there, but PICHON just cut ruthlessly across in front of him, clipped the Honda's front wheel, and down went Josh Coppins. Frank Scheuren beside himself with glee. MIchael PICHON leads. Well, it was a dubious move, but it worked. It put down his nearest rival, and PICHON now has the lead with just under 15 minutes plus 2 laps to go in Russia, the final Grand Prix of his championship-winning 2002 season. Josh Coppins still in 2nd place. He remounted and managed to pedal his way back up the hill fast enough to stay 3 seconds clear of this man, Kenneth Gunderson. The boy on the Motorex Kawasaki getting urged on trackside. And at the moment looking solidly in 3rd place. Could he be getting a rostrum finish again at last? That's Kiko Chiodi. Oh, and that was Christophe Martin. And the Frenchman, after riding such a solid race and getting a brilliant start, suddenly goes into geek mode, rips off his helmet visor, tries to pick up the bike. Oh, that was a nasty one, wasn't it? That threw him into the bank. But fortunately, the bike didn't bite him, and he looked a bit groggy, but at least he got back on his feet. Sixth place now for number 8. The ice blue-eyed Finn, Jussi Vehviläinen on his Cas Honda. And Vehviläinen looks as if he will finish 8th in the World Championship once again for the second year in succession, while this man, MIchael PICHON, well, he's won the World Championship for the second year in succession. Dobb is 4th, Beyer 5th, Vehviläinen in 6th place. Josh Coppins in amongst the lappers. Still looking good. Unfortunately, no damage seems to have been visibly done when he got wiped out by Pichon. And he's looking as lively as ever. It's going to be good to see him contesting the British Championship Series with Cas Honda next year. Lap 18 then, the last lap. The 19th and final lap for MIchael PICHON, already nodding at his supporters. He knows that he's got another record in the bag, 9 consecutive Grand Prix victories in a season. And as he's already told us after the race at Geldorf, he's looking forward to fresh challenges against the likes of Stefan Everts and Joel Smets, Belgian legends in 2003. Across the whoops for the final time, Pichon. He has Coppins well behind him. Gundersen in 3rd place, Dobb 4th, has kept Beyer back in 5th place. Vehviläinen ahead of Kiko Chiodi. None of it matters to this guy because he's beaten them all. The final race of 2002 goes to the man who's won 10 others. And as he wheelies across the line, MIchael PICHON takes victory in Russia, the return of the Russian Grand Prix, 17 years on. Thanks for this season, says Frank Schroyen to his man. Chiodi finishes 7th in front of Marc Ristori, a good ride by the young Swiss rider who's more of a supercross expert. Well, lovely to see him overflowing with joy at the Grand Prix of Russia, the final round of 2002. Pichon wins it, Coppins 2nd, Gundersen 3rd. The final championship standings. James Dobb into 4th place. That's a good place to start from for next season. Gordon Crockard back down in 7th. And this man, MIchael PICHON, well, he's absolutely the winner of the championship for the 2nd year in a row. Suzuki also triumphant ahead of Honda and Yamaha in the manufacturer's standings, with KTM 4th, poised for a challenge next season.